Welcome into TexAgs Rewind presented by Yeti. I am David Nuno, and he is Nick Savage. Today is Wednesday, November 22nd. Happy Thanksgiving. Nick, I'm going to tell you a little story. Yesterday, I'm at the gym. As you know, every once in a while.
Yeah, discipline.
Well, not only discipline, it's just I don't have a life. At the end of the day, this is true. I've got this show, this job.
Yeah.
I've got kids soccer.
Okay.
And I got fitness.
Nice.
I got like 4 friends.
Am I one of them?
I mean, yes, but
that's
no.
A no.
Coworker
keep
friend.
going.
No. Let me give like Billy and this like coworker friends are friends, but you guys don't ever call me to hang. You don't ever ask me to do stuff. So no. But yes.
Okay.
But no.
Nunoism.
But yes. You love counting my Nunoisms.
I do. Yeah. There's a lot of them.
I had a point. I went to the gym and I was in the locker room and a gentleman, a young guy, hey, he asked me about the coaching search and said, but I just want you to know I listen to the Rewind every day. Thanks for doing that. He was super nice. I forgot his name at the moment. I suck. I apologize. If I see you at the gym again, pound to you.
Go ahead and drop your name in the comments, buddy.
Yeah.
Maybe not do that. Don't dox yourself. I wouldn't do that, actually.
Why does it, what dox means like saying who you are?
You're giving out your personal info online. You don't want to do that. So don't do that.
But we do it all the time. You're Nick Savage online, and I'm David Nuno online.
It's different.
Why is it different?
Well, because I don't want to, you're a personality. I just work here, but, you know.
Yeah, okay. Should we get to what happened on the show today?
Yeah, I think that's what the people want.
I think OB was great. I'm a big OB guy, all right? You know, sometimes he says some things that get me in trouble, but I'm a big OB guy.
Like daily.
So that was fun. There was something funny in the OB segment. What was it that we started off with? What did we do?
Fargo's
is always good. Yeah. But John Harris gave us his kind of candidate list. Peter Burns joined the program, talked about this LSU team. Yeah, their offense really is as good. Like they went like 13 straight possessions scoring. That's part of the interview. Oh, I forgot to mention Billy Liucci. It took us about 40 minutes to get into the coaching search.
But we got to it.
It was good. And if you're a subscriber, trust me later, it'll be better. Okay, why am I using this voice, Nick? Tell him.
Sorry, what?
I don't know. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was saying either.
Yeah, that's okay.
Just watch the Rewind. I wish it didn't happen the week they lost their quarterback because it looks like they had something to do with it.
It's like Tennessee last year. But if they were able to beat Florida, and then if they ever beat Louisville, they're a Power 5 champion that's undefeated. They'll be in. But now it doesn't look good. You know what looks good? What looks good is the game at Autzen Stadium this weekend, Oregon State at Oregon. You know, those Ducks are rolling. Those are some rolling Ducks. And they're tough to beat at Autzen Stadium. Except the Civil War is that's what they call it. Did you know that? They call that game the Civil War?
Yeah, I did know that.
That is a game that historically some weird things happen. And Oregon State's good. I mean, they're really good. They play a certain amount. They play pretty decent defense, especially for the Pac-12. They have an explosive offense. It didn't so much last week in a rainstorm, but they're capable of beating Oregon and knocking them out of the playoff picture. So I think that's a heck of a game. You know what? I hear that they have a really good coach at Oregon State.
Jay Smith. That's what I call him.
Yeah.
Jay Smith.
Because you're on that kind of basis.
Well, I mean, we're not like it. We're bros.
Yeah. You're not just on a first name base. You're on a first initial base.
Yeah, Jay Smith.
He calls you D. Nuno.
He calls me Puffy Noons.
Puffy Noons, okay.
Puffy Noons, that's what he calls me.
I've heard that.
The P. Nooney.
And then, of course, hey, the game of the week, maybe the game of the year, right? Ohio State against Michigan. It's a de facto Big Ten championship game. You don't really think Iowa's going to beat either one of these teams in the championship. No, so this is the Big Ten championship game. But the real question is, does the loser of this game still get into the college football playoff? And the answer is probably. I mean, they did last year. But plus, it's just such a great matchup of two states that really detest each other. I just wish that Jim Harbaugh was going to be on the sideline for Michigan.
I do too. And did you see the question that was asked of him? I think it was yesterday. Like, you know, I know you have an issue with Ryan Day, but do you have at least respect for the job he's doing? Something to that effect. And he's like, he didn't even answer the question. He's
really?
Like, what matters is that we play our best game of the year against a talented opponent. That other stuff doesn't matter.
I like Jim Harbaugh.
But the best thing that A&M can do, and when I think about what teams have slowed down LSU this year, FSU at the beginning of the year, Alabama had its moments. Well, they knocked him out, but this is going to lead to my point. And I think A&M has somewhat of the formula, and that is getting heat with 4. you got to be able to get heat with 4, because if you have to bring 5+ at Jaden Daniels, that means somebody in the secondary is getting one-on-one coverage. And even if that's Mason Taylor at tight end, that's he can be one-on-one coverage. You're probably covering him with a safety or a corner. But A&M's got hosses up front to be able to create pressure at Jaden Daniels' feet and also from the edge. The problem is when you rush 4, then invariably you can't get all 4 to work robotically together to just envelop Daniels in the pocket. What ends up happening is you get one guy running wide, one guy on the guard, and then all of a sudden one guy gets upfield, the guard's kind of handling that guy, he slides inside. Now there's a big seam and Daniels takes off. Honestly, I don't know that anybody can really cover all of their receivers one-on-one, you can't cover them with 6. You got to be able to have 7 or 8. If you're going to rush 3, that's tough, but that might be the best thing is rush 3, drop 8, and hopefully one of your guys gets there to be able to put pressure on him. And I do think that A&M's got bodies and talent to be able to do that. I don't know that anybody else across the board has been able to do that. Like Ole Miss couldn't. They've won some games, but Ole Miss couldn't get that pressure that I think A&M can get on him with 4 guys. That's the key. If you can get pressure with 3 and 4, and you can drop 7, 8 in the coverage, you can bracket, you can do some different things with your coverages now to be able to slow down Neighbors, slow down Thomas. Then you got an opportunity. But I can promise you this, you get itchy.
Like right now, as we sit here on Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, I think today, even yesterday to a degree, yesterday and today, I know the goal was to really narrow it down now. So Ross and Justin Morris playing a big part in this, and those are the 2 that are kind of spearheading this search. I think right now, as we speak, like today, yesterday, they're narrowing that thing down to a couple, maybe 3. From what was a very wide net early, kind of down to, let's say, a large handful. Small handful would be what, like 3 or 4, 5. More than that. And I think now they vetted everybody, and I think the decision will be, okay, we're going to go after this guy, and we're also going to continue to recruit or interview, carry through to this process another candidate or 2. So I'm saying, like, as of today, probably you're looking at 2 or 3 guys emerging. I think from what I've talked to of other coaches around the country, assistants, at every level, all the way up, all the way down, agents, the whole works. That's the expectation, and it's kind of almost what they've been told as well, is it's going to narrow down to kind of a couple, 3 finalists by right about now. So that goes both ways too. That goes for the A&M side, and the other coaches are like, they've got other options too, and they also have programs to lead, and they're like, hey, if this carries on, we're going to focus on what we need to focus on.
This might be too direct, and
it's fine.
But does that mean it doesn't matter what happens this weekend, games wise? Because there are names that we've heard.
Say Kalen DeBoer,
okay,
who I think is still a candidate.
I go, obviously Christmas is number 1 on the list. I go 4th of July because it's the middle of the summer, you're having a blast. And I think I'm going to put Labor Day above Thanksgiving, if for no other reason. It's like the unofficial kickoff of football season. So that's my hill that I'm going to die on.
I think Thanksgiving might make it over 4th of July for me, but that's because I've worked every 4th of July. Well, maybe not here at TexAgs, but before that was kind of a work day for me. Hey, how would you categorize this LSU season based on what the expectations were coming this year, the defense, the amazing offense? Just how would you say this season, like how would you look at it?
I mean, an illusion. And what I mean by that is the fact that, hey, obviously they should be in better shape. They should have been, I think, a 10-2 team at worst if the defense had any kind of heartbeat. But I say illusion because all of it changes if Jaden Daniels ends up winning the Heisman, right? I mean, like, people in Baton Rouge are going to forget about this season and how disappointing it was if Jaden ends up having the Heisman Trophy and he has a monster game against Texas A&M. Like, there's going to be some juice inside of Tiger Stadium on Saturday. The fact of, LSU fans want revenge from last year when A&M basically ruined their trip to Atlanta. And just the fact of getting Jayden an opportunity to win the Heisman, because he's going to have to put up some monster numbers against the damn stingy A&M defense.
Talking to Peter Burns here on TexAgs Radio, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers. All right, for both programs, let's look at it for both programs. A&M's going in a different direction. What does this game mean when we look at the totality of the season? A&M, a bad year, but you win this game, 9 wins is still in play. LSU lost to A&M last year when they had these big visions. If they lose this one, when we look at the totality for both programs, how does this game play into the equation?
Yeah, I mean, I think it plays huge for obviously both. I mean, I just give you the reasons for LSU, but for A&M, it's hey, how can you gain some momentum coming in? And, I mean, this game scares me for LSU because if you're A&M, aren't you playing pretty loose, right? Like, you have an opportunity to go out and have a little bit of fun. It's on the road. You create a good environment.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Nick, tell them what to do.
You got to like, you got to comment, you got to subscribe. I mean, we gave you what you wanted. So
did we?
Yeah, give us what we want.
Can you subscribe?
Transactional.
Seriously, if you're still watching this video at the end,
trade request.
Why are you still watching? Can you write the word I'm going to say a word and you have to write it in the comment. I want to see who's a real loyal watcher.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's write the word north.
North. Nice.
North.
Okay.
Write the word north. If you write the word north, I know that you listen. Bye.